Next up in the Wizard's Chamber build, I want to put together a big stone slab table. For the tabletop, I have this piece here, 4 inches long, about 1.25 inches wide, and about 1/8 inch thick. Just a basic piece of foam, but I want this to be kind of a rough cut stone table, so I'm just going to go through and kind of cut some chunks out of it and make it rough it up a little bit. Like so. I kind of want there to be a big crack in this table too, so I'm actually going to just break this like so. And then I kind of want to soften that break here so that I put it back together, it won't be so clean. I'll just sort of run the back of my fingernail along that edge just to sort of press it down, and then when I glue it back together again, it'll remain cracked like so, which I'll just glue back together now. I did this breaking and re-gluing back together several times in the bricks in my walls. As you can see right there, and a big crack running up through here. I broke several of the bricks and just made cracks like that. Just break it apart and then glue it back together again, and you have a nice crack. Put a little stone texture in there. I'm just going to paint this like I would any other stone. And I got the base coat on. I also actually went in here and wrote some little like runic symbols along this one edge. Before I painted though, I also glued on some of these little crafting matchstick pieces on the bottom just to reinforce it and give it some strength. And you won't ever see those. The table will be down like so, but it just makes it a little stronger because this foam is very flexible. Okay, I have my tabletop all painted there, and I'm going to create some little like metal banding that will go here that will be sort of a very crude way to either repair the table or to keep it from breaking apart completely. For that, I'm just going to use a little cardstock, and I will just cut some strips of this off, and they don't need to be very long, rounding off the edges a bit. Next, I'm just going to go in and put a couple little drops of hot glue on there to sort of be like rivets. So I made a couple of things like this. Now I'll paint them like bronze or something. And there they are. I just used some bronze paint with a little bit of brown wash, and it looks like a really crude repair job. This was obviously a very important table to whomever, and they needed to keep it bound together. So I think that makes a cool little embellishment. Next, I need to put some legs on this table, and for that, I'm going to turn to just these cheap plastic beads that I got at Michael's. I don't want them to be white like this, obviously, but I think they'll make cool looking table legs for this. I'm going to sand them first and scuff them up a little bit so that they'll hold some paint, and then I'll just paint them up. All right, there are my table legs. You see I've got them all painted up to kind of match the stone of the table. Now I just need to glue them on. And there it is, my stone table. I like it. And I will have it probably sitting right about here. I will glue it down. Another piece added to the Wizard's Chamber.